You're listening to the SS Experience on SMG.
Racism is real, and I'm not really trying to have the traditional race talk, but it stems from basketball. So over the weekend, the Indiana Fever played the Chicago Sky, and I think I keep pronouncing her name wrong. I keep people saying it's Chennedy. I don't know if it's Kennedy, but we'll call her Carter because I can say Carter, and that's her last name. So I can say Carter. I don't want to keep mispronouncing her name and I sound like an asshole. You know what I'm saying? So Carter for this Chicago Sky, quote unquote, did a dirty play towards Caitlin Clark. Now I want to say that the play, in my opinion, was not dirty. It was retaliatory. But let's slow this down a little bit. So you got everybody on social media right now, like just going all up in arms, basically trying to protect Caitlin Clark. Now, I want to first start off with thanking everybody who watched the YouTube and comments on the YouTube because for the past couple of episodes, I'm comfortable in the crib. I'm sitting on the couch. I got this new little work mic, you know what I'm saying? Little work computer, because my old computer has too much content on it. It's just too much stuff on it. It can't record shit no more. You know what I mean? I got to consolidate some files, move some shit around or whatever. So that my computer is right behind me, sitting on the table over there. That shit's dead. So I can't do shit with that laptop. And so I want to shout out the job for, hooking me up with all of this new equipment for the other stuff that I got to do for the company or whatever. And comfortable in the crib, Wi-Fi set up again and all of that stuff. So don't really have to go to the station to record, but I know the station looks better. You know what I'm saying? It's better cameras, the backdrop with the logo on it and all of that stuff looks real cool. We're going to get back to that, but let me be comfortable real quick. I just want to be comfortable and talk to y'all because I just feel like I'm in the crib. I don't feel like I'm on like a time limit. Like sometimes I be looking in the window like somebody's trying to get up in the studio. Don't y'all see I'm working in the studio? I ain't got to worry about that. I'm in my quote unquote studio. Wait till we get the setup in here real dope. But anyway, so we got Caitlin Clark and we got Carter. They going at it. And you have to watch videos of stuff that happened prior to the hip check because you never pay attention to what leads up to the incident. You only pay attention to the incident. It's just like in sports, football, or even in regular life. Somebody do something to you, you retaliate, and they get you. You know what I'm saying? For retaliation. They don't even give a damn what the person did. They caught you and all of that shit. So that's pretty much what happened. So you got a lot of these racist fucks, you know what I'm saying, on social media right now saying these black women are attacking Caitlin Clark. They need to be thrown out the league. So first, I try to be polite with them because some people don't know. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So I have to bring it to their attention that you do know that this league is 80% black. So the likeliness of it being white on white crime isn't going to happen. It's more than likely going to be a black person, you know what I'm saying, in the mix because the league is 80% black, just like football, just like the NBA. Obviously, MLB is not like that, and hockey's not like that. We don't fuck around with those. Well, I mean, some black people fuck around with baseball, but for the most part, you know, basketball, football, that's where we live as a majority. And the simple fact that people don't understand that concept was very, very infuriating because it's like, why would you go to race and these black players are attacking Caitlin Clark? Well, it's 80% black. So, I mean, it's not going to be too many white people attacking Caitlin Clark. So then some people said that I said something racist. And I just said this. The majority of the world is white. So why is not the majority of the WNBA white? Ooh, is it maybe because black players play better than white players? I'm not saying that. The coaches are saying that. The GMs are saying that. Because if it was just like anywhere else in the world where people want more white people than black people, the powers that be, because most of the owners in the WNBA, if not all of them, are white. Obviously, your general managers and basketball presidents, they're black too, but they answer to a white owner. So if that was the case, then more white people would be in the WNBA, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? And why is that? Maybe because just like in other sports like football and basketball, black people are better. Sorry. That's not racist. That's what your owners are telling you. Your owners is like, nah, go ahead. Just like, back in the day with slavery at the auction. Oh, go get that nigga right there. Oh, nigga got good physical traits, all of this shit. That's not my words. That's their words. They're picking the best people, which that's what we always talk about in corporate America and everywhere else in the world. We want the best people to be working with us. It's not about race. We want the best top notch people. Okay, well, the best top notch people in the WNBA are black. Deal with it. So let's eliminate that shit talking about black players are attacking Caitlin Clark because it's not black. Well, it is black players, but it's not because they're black. They just happen to be black. That's the difference. So let's put just get that going right there. Let's move it. Let's move the conversation forward a little bit. If you go back and look at a couple of videos now of my video department, which when I say video department, I mean me, actually learning how to do this. If I can find some video clips that I can pull, I'll try to pull some video of Caitlin Clark elbowing Carter, throughout like at least twice before she did the hip check. If I can't get the video on here, then just go to my social medias at the SS Experience, no E at the beginning experience on Twitter or X, however you get down in these digital streets. And I got the videos all posted there. And again, they're videos from other people who caught it too. And I want to shout out to everybody who got the videos and all of that stuff, who caught that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know. Because like I said, and again, this kind of goes back to what I was saying before I ran about some other shit. When you're watching the game, you see stuff, boom, boom, whatever, but you didn't notice anything until Caitlin Clark was on her ass and she was looking around like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't a basketball play. I mean, because you don't hip check somebody at an inbound. You know what I'm saying? You normally hip check somebody at a screen, not when they're standing there like waiting for the ball. Like you don't really hip check anybody. So the call was originally a foul, but then after all of the outrage from all you people, and I don't want to say what type of people, but all you people who are non-African Americans got on y'all soapboxes and saying, this isn't right. These black players are out of control. We need to do something about this. There need to be suspensions. There need to be fines. There need to be blood, nooses, crosses, burning. Now Carter got a flagrant one. But what does that do? Indiana already won the game by a point, right? And okay, I got a flagrant one. The game's over. The game was 24 hours ago. Now, in a normal situation, the flagrant foul, you get 2 free throws in the ball. Or you get I know you get free throws and the ball. I forget if it's 2 or 1. Leagues is different, and I forget. But anyway, that would have been at least free throws and possession on a flagrant one that Indiana didn't get. Now, if Indiana somehow would have lost the game, oh man, then it would have been freaking hell to pay. But they didn't lose the game, so okay, it is what it is. They just gave her a flagrant one just for the fuck of it. You know what I'm saying? Just to appease you people. But what did that really do? Nothing. Nothing. Oh, let me make sure I say nothing loud enough. Nothing. Because I'm looking at my levels here as I'm recording as well, and that nothing was kind of like low. So I want to make sure I'm whispering nothing, but I wanted to be nothing, a little bit louder. So it's just a weird thing because on an episode that we did a couple of weeks ago called "Is Caitlin Clark the Cash Cow of the WNBA?" I would say go back and listen to it, but I want to shout out the people who've been commenting on these videos because, like I said, you watched the video, you took your time out of watching the video to comment on the video. I mean, I'll take the views too. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't get analytic credits for comments. You get analytic credits for views and subscribers. But I'll definitely take the comments because at least I know that people is watching and listening. I want to thank you guys for it. So I wanted to make sure that I made the message clear that the stuff that you guys are commenting on was from a week ago episode. I'm talking about it now. So now if y'all want to bring this conversation to this video, go ahead, because a lot of people saying that, it ain't right. We're not asking for Caitlin Clark to get special treatment. We just want, fair play and all of that stuff. I agree. But I think a lot of you may never have been on a basketball court before. Now, I'm not going to I have been on a basketball court before, but not on, those type of levels. You know what I'm saying? JV high school, that's about as far as I got because I didn't grow big enough to, make it on a roster. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I suck, but we'll hash that out in another conversation. So if you're playing ball, one of the rules of basketball is no elbows. You know what I'm saying? Not elbows to the chest, especially not elbows to the face. Like, nah, like keep them elbows down. Now you can do elbows to, as you see on the video, you know, to box out and stuff like that. But to actually throw an elbow, whether it's high, low, nah, that's not part of the game. You can't do that. And it's been two videos that's been seen or shown, you haven't seen it yet, because if you did see it, you would know what I'm talking about, but you haven't. It's cool. That shows Caitlin Clark elbowing Carter. You know what I mean? Now, was it malicious? Was it intentional? I would say no. You know what I'm saying? But when you're on the other end of an elbow, it's just like anything in the rule of law. You're not thinking of intent. You're thinking of the action itself. Because how many times do people get hit with a DUI and they be like, I didn't mean to kill him. Yeah, but you did, so we got to still punish you for the action of killing this person. Even though you didn't mean to, we still have to punish you for it. And in a slight parallel, that's what Carter did. Like, oh, you gonna elbow me? Are you gonna elbow me again? Okay, I got something for you, rookie. Because again, you got to remember too, she is a rookie. Caitlin Clark is a rookie. She's not a vet. She doesn't have league respect. Now you probably saying, well, she should have human being respect. Okay, yeah, granted, but the human being respect shouldn't have to be earned. I'm just saying the basketball respect has to be earned. So yeah, she hip checked her like, hey, don't do that shit again. She could have said it, but if you guys don't know, Caitlin Clark has a mouth on her, and I'm not talking about the Becky mouth. I'm not talking about that work. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Rashad McCann talking about the work. She talks her shit, and rightfully so. Caitlin Clark can ball. You know what I'm saying? She can ball, she can hoop. So rightfully so, you know, she feels comfortable, you know, talking her shit. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't Iowa, Caitlin Clark. You're not playing with a bunch of people like yourself. You're not playing with non-African Americans like yourself. You're in a league that is 80% black. And that 80% is I don't want to say compacted. I can't think of the better word for it, but you'll get what I'm saying when I explain this. There's only 144 roster spots. So do 80% of that. I don't have a calculator. Well, I do have a calculator in front of me because I have a cell phone. So everyone has a calculator. I just don't feel like doing the math. But 144 times 0.80. That represents 80%. Do that math. That's how many black players there are. So that means there's going to be a lot of motion, or actually the example I'm trying to say is that there's not that many white people, non-African Americans in the WNBA. Like there is, and you know, in Iowa, when she's going through practice, when she's playing school in Iowa and all of that stuff, this is a whole different league. We all know the white boy that be at the basketball court as black people. We can speak on this. We always look at the white boy at the basketball court and be like, man, they can't play. We ain't fucking with him. And then he plays and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, he's one of us. He's cool. Yeah, let's rock with. Let's rock with the white boy. You know what I'm saying? Because the white boy in the basketball court is always called white boy, even though it's like, you know, he can be like, my name is John, and then we'll call him John. But if someone still say the white boy, or especially if they on the other team, they still gonna call him the white boy. Get the white boy, get the white boy. It's always been a thing that's culturally with basketball that white players accept, especially Larry Bird. You know what I'm saying? I think last conversation I had with Sea Dog, we were talking about who's the last great American white boy? Larry Bird. Every white boy Sea Dog was naming was a foreigner. Dirk, you know what I'm saying? Steve Nash, all of them. They're all foreign white boys. We're talking about American bred white boy. Larry Bird. Christian Laettner? No. JJ Redick's cool, but no. Who else? You can't even really think of them. That's the bad part. You can't even really think of them right now. But with that being said, though, it's not that many of them. So when they go to the whole race thing and race baiting and all of that stuff, trying to build this outrage, it's like, come on, man, it's not even that fucking serious. This is all basketball. take if and again I commented on somebody who was commenting on some stuff on Twitter or X, however you get down these digital streets. I told this person, I'm like, I would have respected your opinion if you would have just not put race into it. If you would just been like, that was a dirty play, she shouldn't have done that to Caitlin Clark, yada yada. Cool. But once you're saying black players need to be in control or black players shouldn't be doing this, that's when I get into the problem of, okay, pump your brakes real quick. You know what I mean? Because it's basic math. It's not fucking it's not racist. Nobody's like get this white girl right here. Because again, Caitlin Clark has been a good, I'm not gonna say ambassador for the WNBA, but she's good business for the WNBA. I think the WNBA plays 36 regular season games. 32 of them are on national TV. So that means on a ESPN, a ABC, an Ion, basically anything other than their local broadcast, that shit's gonna be on TV. So that's good for all of the teams that obviously Indiana plays that may not get as much TV run. The New York Liberty, the last time they played, not this recent time, but the first time that they played, because they played like 3 times in like 11 games, which is like insane. Normally you spread those games out, but they front loaded that shit for her, especially to be in New York. And New York got $2 million at the gate. You know what I'm saying? Because the New York Liberty is one of the few WNBA teams that play in a NBA arena. Most of your WNBA teams play at like a convention center type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a smaller arena. They put a floor out there in a hoop, and you can get at it, but it's not the 19 to 20,000 seat arena. It's normally like 10 to 12, 15 at the most, but really 10 to 12. And the New York Liberty got like $2 million at the gate because of Caitlin Clark. You know what I mean? And her basketball game, her presence, and her brand. That's why I created the episode. Is Caitlin Clark the WNBA cash cow? Because she is generating dollars. She is generating money. Now, the thing that a lot of people will say is that these hard hits that Caitlin Clark is taking. Now, what happens if she gets hurt and she misses games? Is the TV going to get cut off? Maybe. But this one I want to transition into another athlete where we're not giving her the same protection and the same conversation that we give in Caitlin Clark, and that's Angel Reese. The game before the Sky played the Fever, the Sky played the Connecticut Sun. And I want to say it was Alyssa Thomas or Bonner, one of the two. And again, it's not like I confused the two, but in this conversation, I'm confusing which one it was because they're both, the twin towers of the Connecticut Sun. Angel Reese was going for a rebound. She actually fell twice. She fell on the ground twice, but the one that kind of had everybody up in arms because Angel Reese was on the ground a little bit longer was she was going for a rebound and somebody, they try to do the box out thing, but instead of boxing, mid level to the body, and again, if you're on the video side, you see what I'm doing. It was more up here, so they had her arm up here, and then she boxed out, mushed down, and Angel Reese from the throat fell down, bumped her head, and she was just laying on the floor for a hot minute. Now, either Alyssa Thomas or DeWanna Bonner, again, I forget which one it was, but they got a flagrant one, technical foul or whatever. Now, when this happened, hold on real quick. My dad's calling me. Hey, Dad.
Hey, yeah, I call you. My partner had a setback, so I'm having to his vehicle. Yeah, take to the shop.
Oh no.
So
All right,
I
that's
gotta get my stuff right.
no, I
So
saw. Well, I'm actually recording a podcast right now, and the mic is on right in front of me.
okay, that's fine. I'll call you back later on. Okay.
No, I got you, Dad. I'm gonna take care of you this week. All right, that's all to you. Yes, sir. All right. Yeah, man. Full disclosure, ever since Mom Dukes passed away, it's been kind of hard for me and my pops to, you know what I'm saying, do certain things or whatever. But we making it. So it is what it is though, man. So let's keep it moving. So no one gave Angel Reese that sort of love and protection. Like, she's a rookie. We need to be looking out for her. That was a hard foul. See, now that's where the race conversation goes into, because Caitlin Clark, she's white. Everybody wants to protect Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese, also a rookie, also had a stellar college basketball career. She's a national champion, player of the year, or at least SEC player of the year. I think Caitlin Clark might have been an overall player of the year. But Angel Reese is a conference player of the year, conference tournament MVP champion as well. So technically, Angel Reese has better accolades than Caitlin Clark. I mean, obviously, Caitlin Clark is the number one scorer in college basketball history, men's and women's. But Angel Reese has the hardware. She has the ring. She has the trophies. She has the hardware. But I didn't see none of you people. I ain't seen none of you motherfuckers talk about Angel Reese getting those hard fouls and all of that. Y'all just let her get fucked up. Why? Because she's 6'3". Caitlin Clark is 6', 6'1". So it's not like she's that much taller or shorter than Angel Reese. Now, obviously, Angel Reese got that thing on, you know what I'm saying? That wagon back there. So she's thicker at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? But still, you know what I mean? They're height wise, it's not that much of a difference, 2 to 3 inches, give or take. You know what I'm saying? Unless, WNBA players lie about their height the same way men do in our sports as well. So that's neither here nor there though. But I didn't see that outrage about Angel Reese. I didn't see any protection about her, her well-being and all of that stuff, because y'all just focus on Caitlin Clark, because when she gets hit, even when it's simple, it looks dramatic. Angel Reese gets hit, she keeps it moving because she understands the game. You know what I'm saying? She's from Baltimore, so she understands the game. It takes for her to get hit really, really, really hard for her to, show pain and show, vulnerability. But y'all don't even give her that type of grace. And that's bullshit. That's 100% bullshit that y'all would do that to Angel Reese. But, it's the world we live in, to say the least. But I want to end this particular conversation on this because we've already been ranting for about 24 minutes. And I want to give you guys at least one or two more topics real quick, for your 40 to 45 minutes of your audio listening pleasure. I want it to be consistent both ways around. If any player gets hit hard, whether you black, white, Asian, Latina, you from Canada, you from Australia, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Keep it consistent, keep it fair, and keep it consistent. Don't one type of player gets to smoke and it's like, oh no, protect her. Then other players with equal value to me. I believe Angel Reese has equal value. I believe, like I said, Caitlin Clark was going to go number one overall anyway. I think Angel Reese could have went second anywhere. So that's just me personally. But just keep it consistent, guys. Just really keep it consistent. Because these WNBA players, they don't make that much bread. They put in their bodies and their not their lives, but their bodies on the line to create a good basketball product, something that they love to do and something that we love to watch. So if you want to protect Caitlin Clark from hard fouls and all that stuff, which again, she shouldn't be protected from hard fouls. It's fucking professional basketball. But I'm just saying, for the sake of these conversations that we have circling around this league, be consistent. No matter who it is, what their ethnicity is, what value they bring to the table, be consistent. And I want to shout out Carter, by the way, because even though during the media session, she said she wasn't going to answer any questions about Caitlin Clark, and rightfully so, because you playing basketball, it's you in the heat of the moment. You just lost by 1 point. You had to deal with that bullshit that she had going on, with Caitlin Clark or whatever. And fucking, y'all want to ask me Caitlin Clark questions? This bitch is a rookie. Fuck, I'm answering questions about her for. Fuck that bitch. And I'm not saying fuck that bitch. I'm saying if I was Carter in her mind, because she's a woman, she can say fuck that bitch. Obviously, it's not appropriate for me to say fuck that bitch because I'm a guy. But for Carter, she can say fuck that bitch. And rightfully so. Fuck that bitch. But she got on Twitter and basically, or no, she did the first post on Threads. which is, Instagram's Twitter, which I don't even plug that shit because I can't even get down with that shit. I'm sorry. It's just sorry, Instagram. You tried, but nah, we cool. We gonna still stay over here on Twitter or X, even though whatever. Without 3-point shooting, what does Caitlin Clark bring to the table? That's a fair question. You know what I'm saying? I mean, from a basketball perspective, it's a fair question. From a business perspective, she's bringing eyeballs. She's bringing the audience to the table. So I would tell Carter that's what she's bringing to the table, but I know her table is a basketball table, not a branding, money, financial table. It's a basketball on the court table that Carter's bringing up. So I just want to put that out there as well. Other little storylines that came from that. Angel Reese got fined $1,000 because she wasn't available for comment after that game, and the team, the Sky, got fined like $5,000. Which I don't know why Angel Reese ain't say nothing. Like nothing had to do with her for real. But it is what it is, though. You know what I mean? They say when you are playing sports, and this is my last point, when you're playing sports and you take a L, whether it's a hard L, whatever L, and if you feel in a certain type of way, give yourself some time before you speak on it, because you can say some shit that you don't mean to say. And I believe that's what Carter did. She didn't want to say fuck that bitch, you know what I'm saying, in like real words, you know what I'm saying? So she just like, I'm not answering no Caitlin Clark questions. And then shout out to Coach Spoon, man, Teresa Witherspoon, man. She's one of the greats of the WNBA, New York Liberty back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Real dope player. She had to basically dead all of that shit. Like, all right, we're done. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a former player. She knows what it is. Like, no, y'all not about to harass my players. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like, nope, we're done. We out. And deaded that shit. So, man, shout out to Coach Spoon. Damn, we spent like almost 30 minutes on this topic right here. But not going to lie to you guys. The YouTube algorithm loves this Caitlin Clark type conversation. I'm telling you, like, I've had some good views on a lot of other posts. Like, Diddy's a real good conversation starter. But Caitlin Clark, this WNBA shit, man, look, this topic is doing numbers. So if you're a part of the uninitiated and this first 30 minutes of the pod wasn't interesting to you, because normally we do hip hop, R&B, culture, and all of that shit too, then I'm sorry. But for the YouTube likes and subscribers and all of that shit, it's gold, it's money, and I serve the people.
You're listening to the SS Experience on SMG.